Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our host for today's session, Jaime Hepp.
All right. Thanks, Donnie. Good morning. Okay, Stanford University, 1960s. Okay? Stanford University psychology researcher Michael Mischel wanted to demonstrate the importance of self-discipline in achieving lifelong success. In a study which began in the 60s, he offered hungry, keyword hungry, 4-year-olds a marshmallow. I'm not going to do a magic trick, but marshmallow. He told them that if they would wait for the experimenter to return after running an errand, they could have 2 marshmallows. Those who could wait the 15 or 20 minutes for the experimenter to return would be demonstrating the ability to delay gratification and control impulse. Okay? Here's what happened. A third of the kids, okay, they had dozens and dozens of little 4-year-olds. So a third of the kids, this is what happened. Little Jamie, I'm going to go run an errand. I'm going to give you a marshmallow. This is your marshmallow. When I come back, if this marshmallow is still here, you will have a second marshmallow. You'll get this marshmallow. Do you understand, Jamie? Yes, I understand. Bye, teacher. Marshmallow. I can handle it. And a third of the kids handled it, okay? They delayed 15 to 20 minutes. They got a second marshmallow. Another third of the kids, here's what happened. Okay, little Jamie, I've got a marshmallow for you. You're 4 years old, you're hungry, I've got a marshmallow. If I come back and this marshmallow is still here, I'll give you a second marshmallow. Do you understand the experiment? Yes, teacher. Bye. I understand. A third of them made it right away. See how fast I can swallow a marshmallow. The other third of the kids, little Jamie, I've got a marshmallow here for you. You come back, or I come back, I'm going to give you a second marshmallow if you can wait. I understand, teacher. Bye. Oh, marshmallow. Oh, how beautiful you are, little marshmallow. I'm not going to eat you right now, little marshmallow. I'm not going to eat you. But you do look tasty, and you'd look delicious if you had 2 pieces of chocolate on either side and some graham crackers and called a s'more. Maybe I'll just hold you by my face, little marshmallow. Maybe I can lick you, little marshmallow. I'm not going to eat you, little marshmallow. I'm going to eat it. Okay, you guys with me? Years later, when the children graduated from high school, the differences between the 2 groups were dramatic. Those that ate the marshmallows, those that didn't. The resistors were more self-positive, self-motivating, persistent in the face of difficulties, and able to delay gratification in pursuit of their goals. They had the habits of successful people, which resulted in more successful marriages, higher incomes, greater career satisfaction, better health, and more fulfilling lives than most of the population. Those having grabbed the marshmallow were more troubled, stubborn, and indecisive, mistrustful, less self-confident, and still could not put off gratification. They had trouble subordinating immediate impulses to achieve long-range goals. When it was time to study for the big test, they tended to get distracted into doing activities that brought instant gratification. This impulse followed them throughout their lives and resulted in unsuccessful marriages, low job satisfaction and income, bad health, and frustrating lives. Okay, that was Stanford back in the 60s. Harvard, another interesting study. Dr. Edward Banfield of Harvard University, after more than 50 years of research, okay, another long experiment, concluded that long-term perspective is the most accurate single predictor of upward social and economic mobility in America. Long-term perspective turns out to be more important than family background, education, race, intelligence, connections, or virtually any other single factor in determining your success in life and at work. Now, relating this, deep thoughts to start off here on a Saturday, relating this to the field. If you had to pick a weekday, for those of you that have been in our company for 3 months or better, if there's one weekday that's harder than the rest of the weekdays, what day would that be? Okay. Now, for me, it was never Monday. Monday, for my whole life, has always represented work. It's school. You know, you just get things done on Monday. You drag your butt into school, or you drag your butt into work, but Monday, you know, you just got to work. The toughest day for me was always Friday, and I heard a few Fridays in the crowd. Friday was always tough, especially on residential, because, and those of you on residential, you know what I'm talking about. You can smell the party brewing in your territories on Friday night. You can hear the bongos starting to go off a little bit. Don't ask me what territories I was working, but you could boom, 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 boom. You hear some tribal music going on. You're like, oh, it's Friday. You know, it's like, there's parties going on. And I remember several times knocking on a door, and you can tell this is the party house. You can hear the noise. You see the cars. And you get some young people answering the door. With, you know, I look like I should fit in, back in the day, except I'm wearing a skinny little tie. And I'm like, hi, how you doing today? You know, sorry to bother you. And I just remember the looks that I would get on their face. They'd look at me like, are you a loser? And I remember walking away from the door, am I a loser? Like, you know, and then these games start going off in your head. You're like, you know, is money even that important? You know, like, is money even that important? Or, you know, I'm only young once. I'm only going to have this time in my life one time. Like, I should be partying like what a lot of my friends are doing. And you start playing these games. Now, I want to shift gears for a second here. This group of people right here, okay, this head table. You know, what's interesting about this group, this is I feel like we've been in a circus for the last little while because we keep seeing each other every weekend, and this is our 4th circus, you know, so far this year. And I say, so it's just become fun for us. But what's interesting is we've all known each other for a good decade or so, some a little longer, some a little less. But I think I've personally known everybody on stage here for probably 10 years or more. And so we've been watching each other grow up. We've been watching each other grow up. We've seen each other struggle. We've seen each other down. We've seen each other come close to quitting. We've seen each other go through a lot of interesting times. And so what I like about the Leader magazine is the Leader magazine's fairly G-rated. You guys get the Leader magazine? It's G, okay? You can show it to your 4-year-old kid as they're eating their marshmallow, and you're like, hey, check out this Leader. I like the R-rated of the Leader magazine. There is a publication of the R-rated Leader, and I'm going to share it with you a little bit. You know, a couple weeks ago, we were in New Orleans, and what? A couple of weeks ago, we were in New Orleans. And so we had an award recipient get up on stage and, you know, give his testimonial. He said, you know, one of the things that really got me cooking in the business was, you know, Michael Sessions and, you know, guy drives around a Maserati and, you know, and I'm on the stage here just like my friends are back here, and I'm like, Sessions, you got a Maserati? Right? Oh, dude, and he's showing me these pictures of his Maserati. I'm like, that's nice. Like, you got a nice car. And I was just talking to Matt a while back. I'm like, hey, Matt, so, you know, he just moved to Phoenix a little while ago, bought a house, and now he's got the blueprints. He's breaking ground in December for his dream home. He's got a custom-built dream home, 6,000 square foot home that he's going to be building here starting in December. I think that's really interesting. I haven't been to John Wiggins' house yet. Again, this is the R-rated, maybe not R, maybe PG-13. But I haven't been to John's house. All I know is his next-door neighbor is a rock star. Okay? The lead singer for Poison or something. Now, something tells me that these guys don't live in a trailer park community in the suburbs of Phoenix. Okay? I went to Brandy's house years ago. Okay? I went to Brandy's house years ago. And my first observation when I get to Brandy's house is she owns a river. There's a piece of a river that's her territory. And I'm thinking, okay, so somebody else owns another piece of this river that flows into yours, so who knows what they do. You own a chunk of river, and your river flows into somebody else's river. I'm like, that's really cool, but really weird how you own a river. I said, Brandy, the only and I could be real with Brandy. We've been friends for a long time. I said, the only downside to your home, you live in a 10,000 square foot mansion in Atlanta, Georgia. I said, your house is like the Golden Gate Bridge. By the time you start cleaning one room and you work your way through the whole home, by the time you're done after 10,000 square feet, you got to do it all over again, and you got to keep cleaning this house. She says, Jamie, I hire maids. Oh, okay. We've got people like Malcolm Malavia here that I believe does stand-ins for The Rock in several movies you guys might have seen. Okay. You know how hard we tried doing the eyebrow thing with Malcolm? It just wasn't going to happen. This group of people, they've become friends of mine. We've been to each other's weddings. Everybody seems to be having babies, and very good-looking babies at that. One of them's in the background here, probably going to cry sometime soon. But it's been real interesting. And so I remember when I was a new guy coming to a conference, and we had our quote-unquote rock stars coming on stage. And they had their songs, and some of these guys were making well into the seven figures. And I'm the new guy, just like I'm making well into the almost like 3 digits. I'm trying to get into the 3 digits. I'm almost 100-air. I'm working on being 100-air and ringing the bell. So I'm looking at these guys making substantial amounts of money. I'm thinking, okay, these guys, there must be something special about these guys. There has to be something really special about them. And can I tell you, after knowing these guys for a decade and some, the only common denominator that this group has right here is they didn't eat the marshmallow. There were several times in our careers, as there is in yours, that this marshmallow was whispering to us, as it's whispering to you. There were times in our careers that we got job offers. Anybody get a job offer while you're in the field? It's funny, you work so hard just to find a job, nobody's hiring, the economy sucks, then you work here and now everybody wants to hire you. It's kind of funny how that works. But some of these job offers look pretty legit. And it looks like a nice tasty marshmallow. The easiest way out of the field is to quit. I hear a lot of people, I don't want to get out of the field. Hey, you quit. That's one way to get out of the field. You could start eating the marshmallow. So that temptation was certainly there when you're like, okay, listen, hourly wage, or salary plus commissions, maybe don't have to work as many hours. Other marshmallows we experienced, we all had criticism from family or friends at some point in time. It would have been a lot easier to eat the marshmallow, get a normal job, fit into what our friends and family and the expectations of us, some type of normalcy. That would have been an easy marshmallow to swallow. Another marshmallow, this might sound familiar, you get your FOTS. You look at your FOTS and you're like, okay, what does cancel, cancel, cancel mean exactly? And so it says $89. Is that what my check is going to be this week? $89. Oh, marshmallow, oh, pretty marshmallow, how tasty you are, marshmallow. We all went through that. And let's face it, we live in a country that's all about eating the marshmallow right now. We're into an instant gratification world. Let's face it, people in our country spend money they don't have to buy things they don't need to impress others they don't even like in the first place. Is that true or not? So as far as I'm concerned, there's 2 ways to get wealthy in the United States. One of them is you do something that others can't do. If I was 7'2", 350 pounds, I would not be talking to you guys right now. You guys would be watching me on television, dunking a basketball in Dwight Howard's face as we speak, okay? But I don't have that in my DNA. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was not born where I can do something that the rest of the humanity can't do. There's nothing really that separates me from the other 7 billion creatures on the planet. So the other way to get wealthy is you do something that others aren't willing to do. Most people are not willing to let this stupid marshmallow sit around while you're knocking on doors and you look at your marshmallow and you delay and you hold off and you blow off immediate gratification. Most people aren't willing to do that. The field is tough, and the field is supposed to be tough. The minute that the word yes happens more than the word no, let's face it, we'd all like a campaign like that, would we not? Oh yeah, I got 15 yeses and I only heard no 3 times. Okay, so when a campaign like that happens, do you realize that we officially don't have a company anymore? There's always going to be more no's than yeses. Think about this for an example. I think this is kind of funny. Years ago, we were approached by the United States Postal Service, okay, post office, government. Hey, can Cydcor represent us? You know, we want to win back a good chunk of the market share that we've lost to UPS and FedEx over the years, and we'd like you guys to go door to door for us. And so the consultants and me were scratching our heads. We're like, doesn't the post office already go door to door? I mean, aren't they the masters of tight and to the right? I mean, like, think about it. They go to every business every day in the United States. What the hell do you need us for? You've got 1 million people, and you're like, we don't have 1 million, we got 5,000 or 4,500. You've got 1 million. Surely out of your 1 million people, 100 of them can go collect no's for a while. Oh, no. No, we can go door to door. Yes, we are the masters of tight to the right, but we're in the yes business. So, you know, since this whole USPS thing, you know, I've been kind of playing an experiment. When I have new postal workers delivering my mail at the office, several times I'm like, hey, listen, there's no soliciting. No, get out. Guy's like, well, here's your mail, fool. I'm like, no, I can't read this. Get out of it. I was just kidding. Give me my mail. You can take the bills, though. I don't want the bills. Give me the mail. Give me the mail. Our clients need us. They need us because we do something that they can't do. They have a very difficult time finding people willing to do what you do. But isn't that how you get rich in the United States? You do something that others aren't willing to do. Interesting stuff. So 2 things. I've got 2 things for you today as your MC. I've got 2 goals. One of them is I really hope that this weekend your confidence grows. Your confidence should grow in yourself, in your opportunity. There's a couple reasons why it should grow. Today is an awards day. We're celebrating 2012. We had the best year last year in history, and this year we're having the best year. Year over year, we're bigger and we're badder, and this thing is getting crazy. Okay? So we're celebrating that, and we want to give kudos to those of you that have been working real hard over the year, and people are going to be getting awards. So there's people in this crowd you're sitting beside right now that are going to be getting on stage here shortly to collect either big checks or awards of some sort, and you're going to say to yourself, that guy? Yeah, that guy. That should build your confidence. As you talk with my very average non-marshmallow eating consultant friends, your confidence should grow. Because again, the only thing that they've got over you, they answered the ad before you did, and they just delayed the marshmallow. That's the only thing they did. So as you get to meet them and you hang out with Ed Cunliffe, now I was downstairs in the lobby. We had a lot of fun. People were meeting each other. Average. I hope you guys got that message. Ed can tell some good jokes. He's got a sexy English accent, but other than that, he's as average as they get. Wherever he is. My second goal is that this weekend you wire your mind to not eat the marshmallow. You need discipline in your life to be successful. You heard the Stanford test. You heard the Harvard test. 50 years of studying says if you don't have self-discipline, you are not going to be happy in business and your personal life. You wire your brain to delay that marshmallow. You will learn the skills necessary to be successful here. The only question is, can you stay in the game long enough to figure things out? So you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Yeah. All right.